students. Myself, Avanish Srivastava. I am faculty in MC department. Here I am discussing the topic structure, which is used in C languages. Structures. What is the structure? The main issue is why we are using the structure in C languages. It is a collections of we are already known that array. It is a collection of the data which is different. It is a collection of data of similar types. But if we are talking about the data, a collection of data in which all the data are to be different types, then this type of the collection or compact data is known as the structures. How to group means problem. What are the problem? How to group with together a collections of data items of different types that are logically related to a particular entity called as structures. Here we are discussing the structures, how you can access how you can define the structures, how can you declare the structure variables, how can you initialize the structure variables, and how we can use these structures in our programs. A structure is a collection of variables of different types under a single name, means single tag name. If we are studying we are talking about any topic in any topic in C languages, the first thing is the syntax. Syntax means what is the syntax? Syntax, how we can using the structures in C language means first we are using a keyword known as struct, struct. It is a case sensitive. We are using a struct tag name, open curly brace, closing curly brace, and in which we are declaring the different type of structures, elements, or member elements. The variables are called members of the structures. The structure is also called a user defined data type. Here is the syntax: struct tag, structure name. Structure name is already known as struct tag. Open curly brace, closing curly brace, semicolon. It is the syntax. Data types: member variable 1, data type member variable 2, data type member variable 1. So these are the we are declaring a different type of data, means character data, float data, double data, strings, characters. These are the data. For example, in this in this example, if we are talking about the student structures, if we are defining structures, for example, in the name of in context of the students, then the members are name, roll number, marks, gender, and phone numbers. So here student is a structure tag name, and the member fields are student name, student roll number, student marks, and genders and phone numbers. Here here st is the structure variable. If we are declaring a structure variables in our program, for declaring a structure variable in our program, before declaring before mentioning the structure variables, we will always mention struct and then struct tag name. In this example here you can already see that a struct student and st. The st is a structure variables. This structure variable name is student. Multiple variables of structure student type can be declared as st1, st2, st3, st4, st5. Means here is st1, st2, st3 are the 3 structure variables. You can declare a multiple number of structure variables, st1 to st10 or st1, st2, st3, st4, st5, and all these structure variables have their its own name, roll number, marks, gender, and phone number. Defining structures: each variable of structure has its own copy of member variables. The member variables are accessed using the dot operator or member operator. In previous slides, you already seen that st1, st2, st3 are the structure variables, and then how you can access the structures field, yeah, structure members, name, roll number, marks, gender, and phone numbers. How can you access these member elements using the structure variables? So, for the structures variables, you can access these member elements or these fields through the dot operator. Okay. So, how can you use it? That is st1 dot name, st1 dot roll number, st1 dot marks, st1 dot gender, and st1 dot phone number. Each variable of structures has its own copy of member variables. The member variables are accessed using the dot operator or member operator. In previous examples, this st1 is a member variable, name of st1 structure variable, st3 is gender. Here you can see that st1 dot name, st1 dot roll number, st1 dot marks, st1 dot gender, st1 dot phone number. Similarly, as st2 dot name, st2 dot roll number, st2 dot marks, st2 dot gender, and st2 dot phone number. Similar way, st3 dot name, st3 dot roll number, st3 dot marks, st3 dot gender, and st3 dot phone numbers. Here we are using the structure definitions, and the structure definitions and variables declaration can be combined as struct student, char name, roll number, marks, char, gender, long. You can already declare structures variables. You can already declare the structure variables here st1, st2, and st3. st3 with in context with the definition of the structures. Here you can already see that student is a structures, and these are the fields name, roll number, marks, gender, phone number, and you can mention with the definition of the structures st1, st2, st3, these are the structure variables. You can declare the variables with the definition of the structures. In another format of the structure definitions, you can write down the struct keyword, open curly brace, closing curly brace, and name, roll number, marks, gender, phone number, and st1 comma st2 dash st3 semicolon. These are the two different way you can define the structures. The first way is to here student is tag name, but another options the student tag name is optional. It is optional, means you can declare the student structure tag name or not. It will depend upon the how can you initialize the structure variables. This is known as the structures initialization. Means struct name means, for example, struct name means student. Structure variables means st1, st2, st3, st4 is equal to open curly brace, semicolon curly brace, that is value 1, value 2, dash value n. Okay. In this example, you can say that tag name student, variables name st1, is equal to open curly brace, closing curly brace, semicolon, and name, characters, marks, characters, grade means A, name means, for example, Amit, grade A, and row number 25, like that. In another variable, you can define, you can initialize the structures variable s2. Similar way, open curly brace, closing curly brace, semicolon, for means Amit 1, grade A, roll number 25, percentage 75.24, like that. So here there is a one-to-one correspondence between the members and their initializing values. The C does not allow the initialization of individual structures members within the structures definitions templates. Struct student care name, roll number, marks, genders, phone numbers. Characters means a collection of the characters means name, means strings. Roll number means 25, 35, 75. These are the roll numbers. Here that's why we are taking it as integers. Marks means 75.25, 30.25. So here we are mentioning the marks as a float numbers. Genders means male or female, means male for M, female for F. That's why we are mentioning gender as a character data type. And phone numbers, these are the numbers that's why we are using the long int. Here st1 is a structure variables, here in which abc is the name, 4 is the roll number, 79.5 is the marks, gender for male, and phone number is 5010670. You can initialize, you can declare the particular structure variables and as well as initialize these structure variables like that, open curly brace, closing curly brace, and assign the elements in structures variables. You can display each informations, you can display each information or each fields of st1 using this statements. And how can you display the particular fields or members on the monitor? Using the dot operator, st1 dot name, st1 dot roll number, st1 dot marks, st1 dot gender, and st1 dot phone numbers. Partial initializations, we can initialize the first few name. What is the partial initialization? Partial initialization means if a structure's variables, if a structure's variable is to be initialized with 4 to 5 values, and there are multiple numbers of fields here, but we are only assigning 3 to 4 values, 3 to 4 field members. And in this partial initialization, we will initialize particular structure variables, the starting field members of the structures. For example, the we can initialize the first few members and leave the remaining blank. The uninitialized members should be only at the end of the list. The uninitialized members are assigned default values as follows: 0 for integer and floating point numbers, and /0 means for the characters and strings, for null characters. So here in this example, we are S1 is a structure variables. S1 is a structure variables, and these are the 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the 4 field members, but here we are only assign this structure variables through the name. Means name is the string in which we are giving this particular this string to name 20, and 4 to roll numbers. Then what is the value of remarks and marks? Then that in this situation we are initializing only the two, name and roll number, but not initialize. But here we are not initialize remarks and marks. In these situations, by default, remarks will containing the null characters and marks will containing the 0. So name percentile s, s1 dot name, s1 dot roll, s1 dot remarks, and s1 dot marks. Means s1 dot name means here we are displaying the s1 dot name means name, s1 dot roll number means 4, s1 dot remarks that is null characters, and s1 dot marks that is 0. These are the two default values. Here it is a null character and here it is a default value 0, but in these situations roll number is 4 and name is name. Here name is the strings. So these are the remaining portion of the fields which here in this example we are not initialize the remaining two remarks and marks, but initializing name and roles. This is the concept is known as para initialization of the structures, partial initialization of the structures. Accessing members of the structures, processing a structures, already discussed in earlier topic, that is the using the dot operator. We can access the structures members, structures fields or structures members using the two operators. One is dot operator and second is arrow operator. In arrow operator we are using the pointers and that is reference, and in dot operator we only use the structures variables and corresponding structures member elements. So, structure variables dot member elements or field members. Here we already discussed that name, role, mark, and student. S is a structure variable known as S. To enter the name, that is s1.m. GetS is a user defined, getS is a library function. We are taking the string from the keyboard at runtime using this function s1, using this function getS, and in getS functions we are putting the single one arguments, that is s1.name, and enter the roll numbers. Then we are getting the roll number from the keywords using scanf functions. So ampersand s dot roll, enter the marks. Then after getting the three informations, name, role and marks, we are putting the values on the monitor using the display function, using printf functions, and that is s1 dot name, s1 dot role and s1 dot marks. Copying and comparing structures variables, similarly same way, if the two variables here a student here st1 here st1 and student 1 is just two structure variables. For example, st1 st is a structure variables and student 1 is another structure variables. Then we are using that st semicolon. All the informations of st1 variables means name, grade, roll number, address, percentage, phone numbers, all the information in regard in this st variables already assigned to student 1 structure variables. Student 1 dot name, if st1 dot name is abc, then already student 1 dot name is abc. Here if st1, if st dot roll is equal to 4, then already student 1 dot roll is equal to 4. All the information is to be stored in all the fields of st structure variables. It is copied to another, all the field information is copied to this particular structures variables fields within the fields. Here st is to be copied to student 2, st2 is copied to student 2, st is copied to student 1. The statement such as student 1 is equal to student 2, स्टूडेंट 2 ये हटा दीजिए, यहाँ ऐसे लिखते हैं स्टूडेंट 1, इसको हटा दीजिए और यहाँ लिख देते हैं स्टूडेंट 2, ऐसे कर देते हैं, ये हटा देते हैं, गलत तरीके से लिखा हुआ है, फिर यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट 2 ये हटा देते हैं. The student 2, there are the two structure variables, student 1 and student 2. Student 2 is all the information of the field members of student 2 is to be copied to another structure variable student 1, and student 1 is to be assigned to student 2. Okay, and here these are the to the assignment operators, means a copy of all the informations in one variables to another variables, and compare, we are using the compare for comparing the two structure variables, we are using the this is compared to comparison operators. The student 1 is equal to student 2, this is equal to this particular statement is to be true if all the informations of student 1, if all the information of each fields of student 1 is to be same of each information in every fields of a student 2. If both are the information is to be same, then this particular statement is to be true, otherwise it is false. If we not to compare the structure variables, we may do so by comparing members individually. Here student is a structures, there are two field members, name and roles. The one is a string and another is integers value. Here we are declaring the two structure variables, student 1 and student 2. Student 1 is initialized with ABC and 4, that is initializations with ABC and 4. Then we can share the same informations in all the same information to student 2 structure variables using this assignment operator, means student 1 ABC is to be transferred to student 2 ABC, and student 1 roll number means 4 is to be transferred to student 2 dot roll numbers. So all the informations means all the informations these have two, student 1 dot name and student 1 dot roll. Here this is ABC and this is 4. This is to be transferred to this particular structure variables, means student 2 dot name and student 2 dot roll. Using this particular procedure, this assignment operator, you can get the student 2 dot name is to be ABC and student 2 dot roll is means 4. Student 2 dot name, that is ABC, and student dot 2 dot roll means 4. They compare these, it is true because both structure variable having the same information in respect of to the field name and roll numbers. So the compare is to be true. Compare means student 1 dot name is to be compared with student 2 dot name, and student 1 dot roll is to be compared with student 2 dot roll. You already seen that the same informations of student 1 is to be copied to student 2. So that's why that both structures variables are equals, and means all the information of each and every field members of student 1 is to be transferred to student 2. That's why both the structure variables are equals. How do structure elements are stored? The elements of structures are always stored in contiguous memory locations. The memory allocations of the structure is to be same as the array, in which the main difference is that in array all the datas, all the elements of array having the same size, means if we are talking about the array of integers, then each and every elements of array having the size of 2 bytes. But in the case of structures, the structures having the different elements, means in case of the students, you can see that there is a string, grade characters, gender characters, address strings, and integer phone numbers, Aadhaar card integers, Aadhaar card like as integer data type. So you can store these informations, these you can store these field bytes in main memory at a contiguous memory locations. When we declare structure variables, each of them may contain slack bytes, and the values stored in such slack bytes are undefined. Due to this, even if the members of the two variables are equal, their structures do not necessarily compare. That's why C does not permit compare of structures. It is a common it is a common way if we are assigning the if we are assigning the one informations of structures to another structures variables, then doesn't need to compare both the structure variables because before comparing it is already assigned. Area of structures. Uh, Area of let us consider we have a structure that is struct student. Area of structures means struct student st10 means there are 10 structures variables to be declared. There are 10 structures are to be declared, and all the 10 structure variables to be collected in a array. Means 0 means 0 to 9 means st0, st1, st2 dash 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 up to st9. So st0, st1, st2 dash 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 up to st9. These are the 9 structure variables. Here we are if you are not using this, then you can say that struct struct student st0 comma st1 comma st2 comma dash dash up to st9. Do not unnecessary to store rename all the structures variables in like way. Let it st0, st1, st2. So better way to declare all the structures variables means if you are declaring the structures variables of 50, then no need to declare these st1, st2, st3 up to st50. So the better way is to declare these 50 structure variables in a array form, means struct student st50 semicolon. Already you can see that st0 having the name, roll number, remarks and marks. st1 each and every structure variables having their own name, roll numbers, remarks and marks. If we want to keep record of 100 students, we have to make 100 structures variables like st1, st2, st100. So no need to record these 100 students like that way. You need to declare all the structures variables like as an array. In this situation, we can use array of structures to store the records of 100 students, which is easier and efficient to handle the elements. Easier handle means you can easy way to getting all the information from the keyboard, all the informations from the keyboard. All the information to be easily assigned to all these particular structure variables, and you can access these structures variables in a better way using the loops. Array of structures, two way to declare an array of structures. That is already you can say that. That is the 100 variables to be 100 structure variables to be created. Here is 100 structure variable is created like that. st100 same st100. There is two different way to declare the array of structures in this way. You can getting the informations all the structures variables using the loop, means if the value is if the I value is 0, then s0, if I is equal to 1 s1, then I is equal to 2 s2, s3, s4, s5, s6, s7 in like that. You can getting the information, you can read the informations through these functions. So students, you can better understand in today's topic to how why we are using the structures and how you can how can you access the structure elements, and what is the array of structures, and it is important topic in C languages, in C programming. So here I am going to finish this particular topic or content. If you um, uh, if you uh, if you like this materials, if you like or better understand this particular topic, then you can share this video and comments. Thank you.